Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The last thing you want to think about is your welfare based off the fact when you're sitting in your office.
We hear about the inherent dangers to law enforcement just from wearing the badge and being out in the community, but a new threat is steadily emerging, this time from their patrol cars. In fact, 3 Cass County deputies have reported feeling sick from the cars.
It's the Ford Explorer Police Interceptor model SUV, and the issue is that the vehicles can fill up with deadly carbon monoxide gas. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric has been investigating this issue among our area law enforcement, finding these vehicles are very popular.
We ask our guys to be in these cars at a minimum 40 hours a week. It is their livelihood. It is their office. It's their complete existence when it comes to their profession.
This is the vehicle the Cass County Sheriff's Office relies upon to help you when you need it. And it works to get them through the rural landscape and battle the rough winters.
He had obviously notified our patrol supervisors, and we immediately pulled that car off the fleet.
Last summer, a deputy out on patrol started feeling nauseous. And while there were no residual effects, the agency learned it happened at least 2 more times among their fleet of 23 Explorers.
We do everything within our power to ensure their safety, and in this case, get that fixed. But we ask that these cars do a lot more than just convey them down the roadway.
It's not just the Cass County Sheriff's Office who uses these vehicles. They're popular among many law enforcement agencies right here in our area, and that includes the Fargo Police Department. A department spokesperson tells me they're aware of the issue, but have not had any problems yet among their 30 Ford SUVs. Moorhead Police, same story. That agency fielding 11 of these vehicles. 2 years ago in California, an officer crosses over into oncoming traffic and crashes. And he says it's because he passed out from carbon monoxide, and he is suing Ford.
But I would say more so the 4-wheel drive as opposed to just the Ford, but absolutely, we're very pleased with these vehicles.
The Sheriff's Office says their patrol staff is aware of the potential problems, and they're ready to pull any affected vehicles at a moment's notice. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
There's more than police vehicles being looked at. The National Highway Transportation Administration is expanding its investigation to more than 1 million Ford Explorers for potential cracks in the exhaust manifold.
The weekend is off to a warm start, and it sounds like that's going to continue. Hutch is here with details on our Friday night. Hutch?
It looks very dry here across the Red River Valley into western Minnesota. There are some thunder showers, but they're way down in South Dakota. It does indeed look like a quiet night here in the valley. Temperatures will be in the 80s the next couple of hours. After sunset, we'll see things slipping down into the 70s. It does look dry even during the overnight. Grand Forks likewise 80s, falling into the 70s. There is a chance that some of us may see rain and thunder as we head through the weekend. I'll have details on exactly when and where there'll be the best chances. A few drops of rain coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
An inmate is on the run after a jailhouse brawl. A Beltrami County Corrections officer took 22-year-old Keanu Major, was taken to the hospital after he was involved in a fight with an inmate at the Beltrami County Jail. While at the hospital, police were notified that Major had somehow escaped custody. Then early this morning, Bemidji police responded to a report of a stolen vehicle near Sanford Hospital that is described as a 2004 Chevrolet Silverado with Minnesota license plates number 668KKY. Police aren't sure if Major was involved in this theft. Now, he's described as a Native American man, 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 195 pounds, with black hair and hazel eyes. He also has a neck tattoo that says Victoria. Now, authorities say if you see Major, to not approach him and to call 911 right away.
Here's a heads up for drivers in Moorhead. There will be some occasional lane closures on Interstate 94 in Moorhead between the 8th Street and 20th Street interchanges starting Monday. Crews will install an additional overhead sign in each direction over the new auxiliary lanes, which will require work on those lanes. 2 lanes of traffic in each direction will remain open at all times. The work will take about 2 weeks.
Still no word on what's to blame for a fire in a West Fargo mobile home park earlier today. An electrical box went up in flames around 1:30 this afternoon at the Brookwood mobile home park near the West Fargo police station. A homeowner told us it was the second fire in a week. This one was worse than the first. The general manager of the mobile home park tells Valley News Live that they are replacing the entire electrical box pedestal. Plans to build a memorial in our nation's capital dedicated to the Americans who died in combat since 9/11 is a step closer to reality tonight.
Valley News Team's Ted Fioraliso tells us about the Global War on Terror Memorial and how one lawmaker is helping from Capitol Hill.
All around our nation's capital, we memorialize those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country during World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. But right now, there's no place to honor those killed during one of the longest wars, a war that continues today, the global war on terror.
With the idea being that there may be no clear V-Day or VJ Day, we still need to find a way to honor the over 6,800 Americans that lost their lives and the generation of Americans, brave men and women that continue to risk their lives.
Before any of this can happen, Congress and the president need to sign off on it. Freshman Congressman Mike Gallagher from Wisconsin sponsored this bill, his first bill that gets the ball rolling. The House passed it today.
To have my first major piece of legislation be this, something that's so directly related to my own experience, it's really an honor.
That experience, 7 years active duty in the Marines and 2 tours in Iraq. So what would Gallagher want this memorial to look like? He says he'll leave that up to the folks at the Global War on Terror Memorial Foundation. For now, he's working to make sure this bill clears the Senate and the president signs it into law. He says he'll help however he can.
It's going to be a long process. You also got to raise the money because there's going to be no federal funds that will be expended. You want to get it right? You're doing something that hopefully will last forever.
In Washington, Ted Fioraliso, Valley News Live.
For more information about the Global War on Terror Memorial, go to our website, or to donate rather, head to valleynewslive.com, our website, and click the link in this story.
Better sleep for the homeless. 300 pillows were donated to the Northlands Rescue Mission in Grand Forks. That's the only homeless shelter in that city. The donation comes from the My Pillow store in Columbia Mall. They donated 1 pillow for every purchase that came out of their Grand Forks location since February. The retail amount of the donation equals about $15,000.
The sound of polka music and the smell of kuchen will be in the air tomorrow in Fargo. The annual German Folk Festival is being held at Rowe Farm from 11 in the morning until 5 at night. Kids can enjoy crafts based off the Grimm brothers' tales, see a blacksmith demonstration, or learn the German language. The Fargo Parks District says it's a good way to celebrate the rich culture.
Bugs and Things will be filling Fargo this weekend. The 12th annual Volkswagens in the Valley show is tomorrow. Dozens of Volkswagens will be on display at the Fargo-Moorhead Visitors Center from 8 to 5. This year, the featured car is The Thing, which was only imported to the United States for 2 years. Owners of the VWs say it's a fun event for the whole family to see, and the cars, and as well as meeting new people.
We know that many of you will be watching The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon this evening, and when you do tonight, look for a couple of familiar faces. Now I wonder who those could be.
Yes, it's us.
Yes.
And I'm not kidding. Andrea and I will be featured tonight during Jimmy's monologue for the Good News segment. We both call him Jimmy. We're pretty tight.
We are.
We're pretty tight with him.
So be sure to check it out tonight, right here on KVLY, right after Valley News Live, 10 at 10.
What's wrong, Hutch?
He's laughing at us. He doesn't think that we're tight with Jimmy. We are. Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's out with the old and in with the new. Later on Valley News Live at 6, details on changes happening with restaurants in Fargo and Grand Forks.
Yeah, Jimmy just called, said he prefers you call him James. Hey, your forecast looks dry. We'll have details on a few rain showers in the forecast right after this.